Good morning. Welcome to the August 3rd meeting of the Riley County Commission. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, do we have any public comment?
Good morning, Evan McMillan, Public Works. We are burning at the transfer station today, so hopefully we'll keep the smoke down south. But if we see some, that is why.
Supposed to rain tonight, isn't it?
What's that?
They're calling for rain tonight, aren't they? Or tomorrow night?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
We looked at the wind and it was supposed to be good over the next 2-3 days, so
And the humidity's
hopefully it
down.
stays that way. Thanks.
Any other public comment? Okay, we'll go to commission comments. Commissioner Ford?
Yeah, not a whole lot going on towards the end of the week and the weekend. Thursday post meeting, I met with both Anna Burson, Riley County Appraiser, and Amy Manges, our registered deeds. And I just discussed everything going on in their departments currently and discussed some thoughts and ideas for the future, just moving forward. Also on Thursday, I had a late afternoon appointment with my bariatrics team. Not a lot really going on at the moment, just kind of staying status quo, waiting on some other things. Friday morning, I did meet briefly with my doctor via video conference to catch up and go through a couple of things as we move into fall. Not a lot of change or anything going on there. Weekend was rather quiet. I did manage to get out and get a couple of things done outdoors since it was relatively nice for this time of year. It's hard to believe it's August already. And I believe this marks the last weekend without real football. This preseason starts Thursday night. Yeah, the Hall of Fame game, Panthers and the
Really?
Cardinals, but yeah,
I didn't know
but this is something to watch. It's kind of fun the first, 1 or 2 preseason games because you got all those players that may or may not make a squad and they're just playing their hearts out. And sometimes you'll get one every now and again who really does well, and some will end up someplace else. So just kind of fun to watch. So that's all I got.
Commissioner McMillan?
All right. Well, after our meeting Thursday, I met with Lori Muir and then Anna Burson to go over some of the miscellaneous county business. And then Thursday evening, I got a call from a citizen regarding the possible move of the fairgrounds. To long conversation. She had some concerns. Some valid, some aren't. But we're going to be getting those for a while.
I had the same conversation too. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Saturday was our McKinley reunion. My brothers and I put this together with our families and several cousins, and we're about 40 people total. Included people we had people from Manhattan, Topeka, Kansas City, Kirksville, Missouri, and Spain. We started these when some of the grandkids said they'd like to see some of their funeral cousins at a different meeting.
Oh,
That's the only time they saw them.
yeah.
It's the only time
Makes
they get
fun.
together. So we got this announcement. You're right. And then I've probably mentioned this before, but my wife does need your sympathy cards. As of yesterday, she's been stuck with me for 51 years. The fact that she was a kindergarten teacher for years probably helped her.
Yeah.
With me.
Yeah.
Well, happy anniversary.
Yeah. 51 years. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, well, I don't have too many comments. I spent a lot of time over the weekend going through a lot of documents, getting rid of some, and I'm trying to update everything. It's just paper. And did some work around the house and the yard. It was a nice weekend. Can't do a whole lot right now, but we're gonna could. But that's all that I have.
Okay, Commissioners, the only item for business, need a motion on county extension of contract trash services with Howie's Enterprise, Inc., Data Eco Waste Solution.
For waste. It's not.
What is the scope of services again, Evan?
This is
You can come up, please.
So this contract is the renewal of the Riley County trash. So what former Howie's got bought out by Eco Waste. So this is that contract for them to come pick up our trash.
Okay. But now it's two separate enterprises altogether, huh?
Yeah, we divided.
Hmm.
I believe it's now owned by Eco Waste, but they're running it still under the Howie's name.
Okay.
They're gonna change all the truck names on all the trucks.
Have to repaint all the trucks. So they're keeping the Howie's name.
Yeah.
Because
Let's,
Howie's changed their name something to
Bison.
Yeah.
Bison or something.
Bison Ridge.
Claim.
yeah.
So we still got Howie's strong.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. He's out there then.
Well, I'd move to approve the extension of the contract with Howie's Enterprises, Inc. for Riley County Trash Services.
I'll second.
So moved and seconded to approve the extension of the contract with Howard's Enterprises, Inc., doing business as Eco Waste Solutions for Raleigh County. All in favor?
All right.
Chair, please sign. Hmm. Commissioners, any changes to the minutes?
Anything?
Okay, go ahead and make a motion then to approve the minutes as written from the July 30th meeting of the Riley County Commission.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the July 30th meeting as presented. All in favor? Aye.
Tentative agendas of commissioners?
Next Monday, the county officials luncheon's listed.
At least I don't believe the department heads had any topics.
No, I'm not tracking any.
Okay.
Is that?
So we're just doing them every other month or quarter.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. So that's one.
It's on there, so I just.
Yeah,
wanted
they
to
just put
mention
them on there just in case you want to have one.
Okay.
Might have Deanna or somebody send out a
No meeting notice.
no meeting.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What day was that? What you showing?
Next Monday, the 10th.
It's not on mine for some reason.
It's right here.
Yeah. Oh, it's on that.
Yeah.
Copy.
Any items for next week's press conference, commissioners? Okay, yeah, Mr. Hanson at 9.
In case State Fall Camp should be starting this week.
Yep.
How's Jags practice going?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Sure.
I am very interested in to see that product for sure.
Mhm.
Be a little warmer today.
Wasn't beautiful again.
Was, it really was.
Mhm.
Evenings cooled down nicely.
It's smoky.
This morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was nice. I went for,
having the humidity and the dew point down is
Mhm.
nice.
so they said dew point was down, but I went hiking in the hills this morning and, that grass was soaked. My pants were soaked all the way up to my waist almost. That's what I couldn't believe.
Well, it's because the temperature dropped below what the normal dew point would be, so it causes the same thing.
I
Like it's
was
down to the sixties.
not expecting it to be wet grass.
Somebody needs to get over and mow ours. It's
You're-
like kind of tall.
At your place where you live? Gotcha. Yeah, it's hard to keep up right now. Stuff we've had.
Mhm.
Man,
Well, a good time to do it over the weekend when it's cool, but
Yeah. Yeah. See, the longest driving person we had was from Kirksville, Missouri.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, the one flew.
But no, let's see, she's
Oh,
she's
gotcha.
from Spain, but it's my granddaughter's college roommate.
Oh, neat,
And
neat.
she usually goes home for the summer, and she didn't this year. Because she graduated and she finally found a job because apparently because her boyfriend's got another year left before they
Sticking around.
because she was here on a basketball scholarship at
Oh, really?
Clark University,
At what university?
Clark,
Where's that at?
North Kansas City.
Okay, never heard of it.
I always knew it as Park College, but evidently at some point they changed it. Now it's Park University.
That's one thing I think interesting, because I like driving when I go someplace, but all the different little universities you've never heard of, it's like, God, there's
It's a
so
neat,
many.
it's a really neat campus, kind of on a hill, a lot of
Uh-huh.
trees and stuff.
Neat.
It's a neat. It's neat. We drove through it a couple times, didn't we? Hadn't been in the building, we just, it's a
Mm-hmm,
neat little college.
yeah.
That's sort of, all of our kids and grandkids, because there's
Oh, I'm sure.
the grandkids, several of them are high school age and have jobs and
Mm-hmm,
stuff, but
that's too bad, but yeah,
Good.
understand.
and that's what we'd sent out a notice a few months ago.
Right.
Day
Mhm.
summer job, you know, you don't get to,
Yeah, for sure.
well, and one of them's finishing up whatever he's doing, that he's moving into Washington. He's a football scholarship in Washington.
Oh, neat, good, good. And I saw their coach talking, or interviewed him a couple weeks ago on WIBW. About upcoming
they-
season.
Well, they had John on there last week one time, him and a guy that he said he was friends with, which they'd known each other for years. They
Mhm.
both, and the other guy was, John was quarterback at Washington Rural, and this other guy was quarterback at Shawnee High.
Oh, gotcha. So they'll be in the
And-
quarterback battle, huh?
Yeah, well, John's switching to receiver,
Oh,
or
good.
tight end. I think he's going tight
He
end.
must be a tall kid.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause he was a basketball player too.
Gotcha.
He got a concussion last year and decided.
Find something a little hard, less hard on the body, hopefully.
Well, he said he's had, I don't know when, I remember getting one last week, he's had 2 concussions. Decided,
Yeah, one more and he's probably done anyway.
yeah, so and he got recruited, you know, they already had, kind of once they lived in Washburn, they already had a couple of people, quarterbacks,
Mm-hmm.
talked to him, and they said, how do you get to a tight end? And he said,
Be good. I'd be curious to see if this new coaching staff gets going there.
Yeah.
Washburn.
but they already told him he's probably gonna redshirt. I said, well, I thought they don't have red shirts anymore, you know, it's 5
Yeah.
5. And it said, well, they're saying it's, I don't know, they're calling the red shirt.
Huh.
They probably won't play, but he
Mhm.
be involved in everything. But maybe because he's learning a new position or something.
Probably. Probably. There was some big announcement too on some other rule that changed over the weekend or something.
Well, that,
College
the
football.
five was set up that it wasn't supposed to start for another year or something, and they took it forward and said, no, it has, even the seniors last year. They had
Oh,
fixed
really?
it. I think
Oh, so it
Well,
just got bumped up.
the court, you know, everything, anytime the NCAA something, somebody goes to the court and gets it changed. Which they said, you know, the football teams are already, the roster's already set.
Mhm.
Now these guys are allowed to come back, but they're going to kick somebody else off if they want them back, you know? It's
That's nuts. NCAA is a mess.
that some, you know, they need to have some set up somehow so that these are the rules. If you don't want to read these rules, you know,
Mhm.
do something else, but every time they make a rule, somebody
Somebody's
takes them to
impacted.
court. And gotten kind of ridiculous. You see Ohio State, Notre Dame signed huge sponsor contracts,
Mm-mm.
like 10 million a year or something for, you know, because they can get spot. I can't remember who it is now that they had. But
It's-
the rich, you know, they got
The money has just gotten ridiculous. It's been
Especially-
ridiculous for a
it's been
while,
but
but
now it's gotten this few, you know, the few very top ones are
it's
just
even
getting,
more
there's
ridiculous.
no way to compete.
Yeah.
Because if we did have a guy break out, then we were grip, they're gonna offering millions to go somewhere else.
Two of our offensive linemen went to Indiana last year.
Okay.
Lost our great linebacker to Texas
Oh,
Tech,
yeah.
you know,
That- that
I
was
really wanted
surprising.
him back.
Yeah, that was,
Austin Romaine.
but also I don't, evidently, ticket sales might not be what they want. It's advertising last week, it's $7 off on all the tickets for the first game.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me. That really surprises me.
They're talking about, it's Klein, it's Klein was set, so it's $7. Individual game tickets for the first game.
That
Look good.
doesn't.
Yes, you can't. Sell him
Yeah,
for his
I
first
would
game.
not have thought that.
Can't sell him for his first game.
That really surprises me.
Yeah. That's big news.
Michael, how are you?
Not bad, how are you, Rich?
Good. Getting any sleep?
I,
All right.
Yeah.
little one started daycare today.
Uh-oh. Hard day for mom and little
Say,
one.
yeah, mom, or
Little one
mom,
did fine.
harder on mom than the kid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, have a good day.
Hmm.
Already talked about going to pick her up. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, see how we can defeat.
Yeah, all those changes in life. I was thinking you said 40 and I'm just wondering, we do like family reunions just with our kids. We got 17 of us now.
That's my
And
brother,
we're counting.
little brother. Yeah, let's see. Let's see, 4, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the kids and grandkids have been there. Yeah, probably had another 5, let's see, 4, 7, yeah, these are the ones that weren't there.
That's why it's just nuts at our house when all the grandkids are over there.
Yeah.
It's like there's
Yeah.
always one that's not happy, with having 7 of them.
There was some. Nephew, the little ones. Because we had it out at Shawnee. It was next to the Inslee Gardens, which are really neat, but
Yeah,
Squirrels.
from Ted Ensley.
the squirrels are so used to people, they aren't.
Mhm.
And my wife said, oh, there's picnic tables there, they're used to finding. But they're just wandering around right by it, and one of his sons was chasing squirrels.
That'd been me when I was little.
Yeah. He said you could walk up and get pretty close to them and they'd take off, but they wouldn't run away, they'd just run a
Little
little farther and
ways.
turn around and see if you're still coming.
Just out of reach.
Yeah, ones in the National Mall in BC, they'll come right up to you.
Oh, yeah.
They, yeah,
Mhm. They
They're
do.
being fed.
they have no
They
fear.
Definitely some of the places you tour in the mountains in Colorado, the little chipmunks and
Chipmunks.
stuff.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
they're used to running up.
They just come right up to you. It's pretty cool.
Oh, quick.
Some of the state races tomorrow.
Yeah, it's crazy watching TV. That's all there is.
Now I'm ready for that to end.
One of the greatest things about getting like Hulu or something was, you didn't see all that crap, and now it's every other commercial.
Yeah, now it's on there.
Sorts of other commercials on this. channels, pay for them and then the commercial.
Another thing that the money's just got ridiculous in besides sports is politics.
Gosh, I'm interested to see if you have these by elections. There's two things coming out that have been heavily paid for. I'm wondering if they get what they paid for. Not in favor of either one of them, but.
Michael being the father of two daughters, I saw a guy online this weekend. He was a big guy and he was lifting, but he's saying, you know, I don't do it for looks. And he says, I'm the father of two daughters, and he's doing weightlifting motions like he's digging a grave and like he's carrying a body. Yeah, that was pretty humorous.
Yeah, got a while till I got it.
Yeah, but you got time to train up. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really genius of him.
It's too bad I don't have the boyfriends. My son was, some of his sister's boyfriends.
I got lucky. My twins, they never dated in high school at all, never had boyfriends. And the youngest one, she ended up marrying her middle school sweetheart, you know. And
Yeah.
so as a kid we grew up with, you know, Mikey Wagner, you know, and he's son-in-law now. So never had any of that drama with her.
Boy, you're
Girls.
lucky.
Never had any of that drama. The twins, I think, had each other and they were so involved in sports, you know. Yeah.
No, my son, when this, when my other, and it's the one that's just a couple years younger than him. He was a senior and she was soft. Got came over to pick her up. And my son was downstairs with two of his friends. They were all great big, the other two football players, and walked up and said, "What are you here for?"
That's what you want.
I'll scare them off pretty
He
quick.
he was. Poor guy. He was a nice kid. I mean, like,
I want to be sure that they know if they're not nice, there's a consequence.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jacob Hanson, Riley County Councilor, here for a couple items this morning. The first two are administrative work session and staff update. I'm going to defer a portion of that administrative work session to Michael to give you an update on the tax sale But before I do that, I'll talk about the temporary right of entry and access agreement that is before you folks. The agreement itself concerns access to the Deep Creek Sewer Benefit District Lagoon. As you guys are likely well aware, we've been working with the parties to be able to get access to the lagoon to perform necessary maintenance. And at one point, we were considering eminent domain action. However, thankfully, the parties have been agreeable on coming to the table. And so we have this temporary right of access agreement, which will just work to, well, give us temporary access until we have a permanent easement description written down and ready to go. So this is just so we can get on the property right now and be able to do what we need to do to make sure that they have a functioning sewer system. Is there any questions, concerns about the agreement itself?
Just glad you were able to work that out.
Yeah.
You and me both. Now, I'm much happier to approach things in this manner than to do the other. So with that, I will defer to Michael on some statistics about our tax sale.
Need a motion on
Do we-
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and make a motion on that.
I don't have any issues.
No, yeah, move to approve the temporary right of way and access agreement for the sewer lagoon access for Deep Creek Sewer Benefit District.
I'll second.
So moved and seconded to approve the temporary right of way, right of entry and access agreement with sewer lagoon access for Deep Creek Sewer Benefit District. All in favor? Aye.
Chair, please sign.
Morning, Commissioners. Michael Hawthorne, Assistant County Counselor. As Jacob stated, just bringing some fun information about the tax sale we just had. That was prepared by the Treasurer's Office and Jana up in our office. So back in November, around the time I started, there were about 130 properties that were looking at being included in the tax sale this year. Prior to the filing of the petition in January, 93 of those properties paid their taxes. So at the time we filed in at the end of January, we had about $207,000 in outstanding taxes due, as well as about $259,000 in special assessments, almost all of them from the same subdivision up in Manhattan. So prior to the tax sale, which we had at the end of June, we pulled in, I'll say I bullied people into paying about $159,000 of their taxes. Only about 7,000 of those special assessments. I don't think any of the ones up in that subdivision I was talking about ended up paying their taxes. That's up on the northwest side of town. Tax sale itself, we pulled in $15,000 and about $5,000 were repaid to those few properties that had let's say sales in excess of what was due. So I'm pretty proud of this. The only amount of taxes that was actually abated, not counting the special assessments, was about $14,000, which comes out to about 2.2% of the taxes. Everything else we got back from those redemptions and from the proceeds of the tax sale. Now, unfortunately, the special assessments, we ended up abating about $250,000 worth of those, but these are empty properties that each have more than $10,000 worth of taxes on them. So understandably, they didn't go for very much. That said, I stand for any questions if the board has any. Right now, we have 138 properties that could be included in next year's tax sale. So if anyone has any outstanding 2022 taxes, now's a good time to pay them.
So when they don't, so the ones that had specials that sold,
They did sell,
but for less than what the specials were ordered.
right, way less than, I think.
So do they have to pay when they get a building permit? Will they have to pay those specials?
They'll have to pay the specials going forward,
But they
everything
don't
that's
have to Go
been,
back? Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's why I didn't know
yeah.
how that works. Yeah.
Do you know how that works? So that's additional ad valorem tax.
Yeah, I know the
That's in
city
the-
play, no, I know. the
That's in the
city-
county, in the bond and interest.
Riley.
If they're
City of Riley
county
got stuck.
special, yeah.
Yeah,
mhm.
the city of Riley got stuck with those. So that's why I was wondering.
And it's, yeah,
How-
general
Well, that's
taxpayer
paying for
pays
theirs
that
over there
difference,
too.
ad valorem tax.
spoke to a realtor who was interested in selling or buying some of the properties from the tax sale purchaser subdivision. And I don't think they realized how steep it was and how hard it's going to be to build anything.
Oh,
And I don't think anyone realized how much those specials were. They were right there. We gave them the information, but
Yeah, we make it abundantly clear to multiple times throughout this process that check out the specials.
right
Do your
there.
due diligence, do your due diligence, and sometimes that's not enough.
I think there were one or two of those properties that sold for $1, and I think that person maybe just bought a really expensive tax bill, but
For $1.
Yeah.
yikes. All right, well, that's all I have, commissioners.
thanks.
Like I said, commissioners, I don't have any additional information as far as any staff updates. You guys are pretty well aware of what's going on with my office most of the time. So unless you have any specific questions, I'm happy to answer, but otherwise. Okay, thank you.
And next commissioner, you have Evan McMillan at 9:20.
Yeah, City of Raleigh, it's much that spread along 104, but it was getting ready to go tax sale. He found somebody to buy him. Report that. Yeah, like came out here and said, like 1 year, somebody's, and they did, he bought them and didn't pay all the backs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not
Built
bank
those
specials.
houses, so. But. Like last 4 years before that, the city had been.
Paying them.
Every year.
Yeah. Special that they add up in a hurry.
Yep, not that much, but for a city of Riley size, it was.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It was,
That's the
It was
problem
it.
that Ogden got into.
oh yeah, with all those ones
Mhm.
up there.
Just think of that volume.
Oh, yeah.
They've managed that pretty good though.
Yeah, eventually.
They're in a
it was
safe spot.
long road getting
Oh,
there.
yeah. Sure was. Mm.
finding that over there. They don't see it put together. It's so easy. Huge. Really small. It was small. That's right. Oh, no. And I think of that. And they're interesting. Watch. First head round. Oh, me too. Yeah. But you know, you hate your hands. No, they do. I'm trying to take my walk. Yeah, I didn't. That is fine. Gosh, that's what the Bob. Yeah. One place stayed up and all night. It's very. Yeah, there's some records.
Can chat with you for a minute. Sure.
So, I mean, look at that again. You didn't. Well, easement, you didn't have to try to make a legal description. You
Not
just-
yet.
But when it gets to the final one, you'll have to get a legal description.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna have to happen. Which is obviously, as you can tell, it's moving a lot and kind of falling. So it's gonna be,
So
I
do
don't
we
know
have
how
somebody
they
do
do
that,
that.
or do we have to hire?
we'll have to hire. Yeah, I'll have to hire. Usually I've used SMA agents.
Yeah.
And they do a good job. So
Yeah.
it won't be overly expensive. Well under procurement or anything like that. So, but yeah, that'll be the next steps. Now we got this, and then it's developed a legal
Where's that?
description.
The district, yeah, put that.
Yeah, it has to come out of their funds.
That's
Very little meat.
Yeah.
I worked with it, Charles Newton, back in the eighties.
Oh, really?
Sloan and Meyer, the survey was there and then went off and started, it was just survey and started just. It was Sloan Meyer.
Yeah. Huh,
They just
small world.
surveying and then some time later they added Hanson started doing engineering.
Did not know that.
Myers went, he was retired from a long time. I think Sloan's getting ready to.
Yeah. I went over to their office because I dropped off some paperwork and I was kind of surprised. It seems like that their people must work from home, or I just got there when there was nobody there. I don't know.
All
It's
the
kinda
surveyors,
bizarre.
I mean, yeah, the engineers, there, but all the surveyors are out
Yeah.
Mhm.
there in the field all the time.
Surveying is a good gig, you know. I think there's a lot of work for those kinds of jobs, and not a lot of people that do them.
And so I did a lot of surveying,
Did you?
yeah,
Oh,
but I couldn't do it. I mean, all the electronics.
Yeah.
I did setting up a theodolite and
oh yeah.
leveling it and shooting in a spot and moving it. Now they've got all these electronic things that they just.
Yeah.
Go out and just put the stick around.
Imagine about 10 years when it's all done by AI.
Yeah.
Just take a picture of it. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's done.
Or linking up to drones or
And they
something.
do a little bit of that because scenic from Anderson out to the airport.
Uh-huh.
That's how they did that. They had plane that could do elevation, you know, they had aerial photos that could do elevation.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how we laid out, I laid out that photo actually.
That's cool. Nice.
Going up, down there, I mean, it was.
Yeah, there is.
It was it's tricky trying to get,
Get that done. Yeah, but that's neat.
yeah, that was kind of neat. And I don't know, because that was just the first one, then I left, I don't know. It's close to where I had it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they were just doing the first thing, just to start saying, well, how much easement, or, you know, how much right of way we have to provide to get it.
Right.
Because then you had to go out and survey it to get the final one, but just from aerial photos and
They really-
elevations to try to get it out of
That's pretty cool.
how much cut and fill.
And it was by a plane, not by a drone or anything.
This was in 1985.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point. I forget that. Just
Yeah. You weren't even born then, were you?
85? No. No, sorry. Just.
I knew the answer to that one.
No, had a couple of years yet before I came along.
I was just mentioning over the weekend that 9/11's been 25 years now. I can't believe that.
No, yeah,
Mm.
agreed.
Yeah, and when we were out surveying, if we had questions, we couldn't use a cell phone. We had to wait until when we got back and ask questions.
Oh, God.
Did it
Oh, I
smoke
bet you made
signal?
sure.
Cell phone not work?
There wasn't service out there at the time.
The phone, the car phone.
That was the big pack. Yeah,
Not back then.
Plugged into
They didn't even have
the
that.
plugged
They didn't
into the
have those
cigarette
back then.
lighter.
Yeah.
They didn't even have those back.
I had a pager.
Um,
I was good pager. And I find a payphone somewhere.
Oh, yeah, that was.
I don't know how
Yeah,
it is.
Ogden, they had a whole row, I bet it was as long as this, the payphones, because the soldiers coming off the base. Using, had this whole long
Oh,
row
wow.
of payphones.
Remember that?
Amazing. I don't think there are any payphones around anymore.
Probably not.
You see
There's-
the shells and stuff of them.
I
still
said there's
like-
one in Riley, doesn't work anymore, but
Yeah.
they still got, and it isn't
Still
including
got it.
just the stem with.
Yeah,
Don't matter, it didn't work, but they just left it there.
never quite understood that, but
It's on the telephone
Yeah.
property, so they just. leave it there.
Hey, I would,
Right, hello again, Evan McMillan, Public Works. Late last year, we received a request from Ogden Township to do a speed study for Rover Road, Daniels Drive, and 80 Road. Those are all located just south of Eureka Drive in Ogden Township. So we went ahead and put out the counters right afterwards. The FedEx distribution center was put in. So went ahead and did the study again. The current speed limit is set at 30 miles an hour, which per statute is the max speed for any residential or urbanized area. Best practice for these studies is to find the 85th percentile of all the speeds that are recorded and then set your speed limit at that. For this study, that speed was around 22 to 23 miles per hour. So the recommendation would be either a 20 mile an hour or a 25 mile an hour speed limit for those roads. My recommendation would probably be a 20 mile an hour. You know, these roads are gravel, so you're going to have dust. Stopping distance is always a concern. They are residential areas, and then that distribution facility actually increased traffic by about 40 to 50 vehicles per day. So it's a big change for them who were previously seeing between 4 and 10 vehicles per day. So
Yeah, also for sure, we're gonna have to look at Eureka Drive at some point in time too. We'd be interested to see the speeds on that.
yeah, I think that's set at 55 right now.
Let's see what this.
No, it's 40.
Is it 40?
It's 40.
Okay.
I think probably 20 is a good speed.
That's what I'm thinking too. With the mix of residential and commercial traffic, particularly on roads. I don't know how often we go out there to do maintenance on that. Or
Lately, it's been a decent amount. You know, it's a township road, but they've been having some issues, so we're getting those resolved.
Yeah.
Outside of that, not too much.
No, that's almost it.
yeah, I don't either. I think that's a safe way to go there. Yeah. Okay, I'll go ahead and make a motion to adopt the resolution for reducing speed limits on Rover Road, 80 Drive, and Daniel Avenue.
Second.
So moved and seconded to approve resolution number 080326. Declaring reasonable and safe maximum speed limits on Rover Road, Angie Drive, and Daniel Avenue. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All three, please sign.
Thank you.
Thanks, Evan. Next, Commissioner, you have press conference at 9:30.
That is just clients.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was. They're. That's running the store there downtown, their dad. He takes all the old ones, rebuild Washington Drive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we bought a Washington Drive from the last forever.
No one does that anymore. Just disposable anymore.
Yeah. But no, his dad is he just rebuilt old ones.
It's even hard to find a repairman.
It really is.
I do have a good one.
They make everything so disposable today anyway.
One that everybody used. You know, tire.
Yeah.
I never dealt with them.
I got one from Oldsburg. Used to be the main guy for Midwest Hardware.
Oh,
He retired from there and just does his own thing now.
you use. Walls.
Hmm.
Place there.
Yeah.
Some troubles. Something about surgery. French's lived out.
Oh, really?
Exactly where, but I've never. My daughter was friend with Mickey. Or no. Yeah. Their sister. Marcus had a sister. Get her out there sometimes. I don't know, wasn't there a road here too at one time? And there a road over there? I think it was residential over here. Or maybe it was on. I don't know exactly where. Anyway, we've got that area.
Not amazing as a tool anymore to have that.
Yeah.
What you got? Good. Get smart and leave French behind.
Anytime I have the opportunity.
Wait, Daryl's smiling. I think he agrees.
It's real nice to do this. First time I've been in here since.
Oh, really?
Mark's been leaving me behind recently. Right, go ahead.
It is time.
All right. Scott Hayek, I'm the Patrol Division Major with the Riley County Police Department. And Major French could not be here today, but he wanted me to pass on for the jail that for July, the monthly average daily population was 142, which he indicated was by far the highest it has ever been for a single month. So our staff, though, continues to work diligently at the care for the people that are in our custody, because that is our number one responsibility. So our facilities continue to be impacted and stressed by that number, but they make do every day, and they do what they can to make sure the people are well cared for. For the patrol side of things, it's the first week of August, which means Riley County is about to see its normal influx of population that comes with the upcoming school year. So that just means there's going to be a lot more cars on the road. Hopefully some of the construction are getting ready to get wrapped up. It also means we're about a week out from USD 383 and the county schools resuming, which means school zones will be back in effect. So I urge drivers to always exercise caution, but exercise a lot of caution coming up, because there's going to be a lot of foot traffic and just a lot more vehicles. So be very cognizant of that as well. So be happy to answer any questions or any other discussion points that you guys might have for the department.
I already saw this weekend pickups with stuff.
Carfuls of things, yeah. So, okay, well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
Gina?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just have a few things to cover since I won't see you again until next quarter. So we'll start with events that are happening free to the community over the next several months before we head into the holidays. We have a couple of third Thursdays left. So we have the one in August. And then our final third Thursday in September will be the only time that we close the street. And we will have air guitar back again. For those of you who know what air guitar is and are a fan, I would love to communicate with you that Nordic Thunder, Justin Howard, our star air guitar, what is he? He is our ambassador.
Ambassador, yeah.
He has actually been in Finland, where the World Championship of air guitar actually takes place and has for years. It's where ESPN goes to cover the World Championships, and he has become so beloved literally around the world that he's working a full-time job there. He's been embraced by that community, that country. And he's such a gentle, loving guy. You wouldn't even know it just by his whole persona. But he is working in Finland, and he is taking time out to come back to Manhattan, Kansas to do air guitar because he's been so embraced by this community as well. So it's pretty great. So then we have one of our last America 250 celebrations. We have two more left, but one of them will be on September 11th, which will be our Symphony on the Plaza in Blue Plaza. That has been probably one of our most unexpected events. It's very popular. This will be the Manhattan Symphony Orchestra will pay homage to American composers. And because it is happening on September 11th, there will be a reflection and also honoring of September 11th. That is beginning at 7 p.m. at Blue Earth Plaza. We will have dessert trucks there. So we encourage you to get your dinner downtown or grab pizza and head on down and bring your picnic blankets and your chairs. The thing that warmed my heart last year truly is that every single age was represented at Blue Earth Plaza during Symphony on the Plaza last year. We had little babies. We had just everybody was there. It was a really nice representation of Manhattan. October 3rd, we have, it's a new event, but what we're doing is not new. It's called Art on the Ave. And this is going to become an annual art event. We've had a lot of folks at K-State and in the region that are involved in art and culture sort of events that have encouraged us to create this large event that's just focused on art. So we're going to do it. It'll be parts of music and fine art and performing arts, just a wide variety. There'll be something for everyone, literally. We're going to do a children's mural. This is also in plein air, which means outdoor painting will occur. And you all know about this because actually the front of Riley County, the courthouse, has been a subject of lots of painters. They love to paint it. I actually did a walkthrough with John Ellerman on a request that I'm going to bring to you all next month for hosting plein air again on the courthouse plaza area. And that will have a little bit of America 250 to it as well. We would like to put up some American flags and some American bows and the bunting and have that incorporated into the plein air work. We're always trying to come up with new ideas for our artists, so they're not just painting the same scene every time. We try to add a new element, and we will also have a live band playing American folk music, the Haymakers, if you know who they are. They're very popular and fun. And they bring kind of that American folk fun. There's 9 guys. They play all the fiddles and fun things. So that should be really fun. I'll tell you more about it when I come back to get permission to use the plaza. And then on the side of DMI's work, the other side of our mission is to obviously support our small businesses. So we bring people to the community, visitors and locals alike, through our events. But then the other part of our work is to support our small businesses. And I think you all are aware that every year we travel, my staff and I travel throughout the region, not just the state of Kansas, but neighboring states, to look at the local economies and other downtowns and things that are going on in downtowns and what how it's looking, just so that we're not just focused on our own front yard, but have a wider view of what's going on. And retailers, small businesses in particular, are struggling. And so we've really made a concerted effort as an organization to do what we can for our small businesses, working with the city and other entities to shore up our economic hub so that we're generating sales tax and our small businesses remain healthy. We do that through our clean, safe, accessible, and beautiful programming, where we keep the environment down here as lovely as possible so that folks want to come down here and spend their money. And that is my update. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Did I miss Major? Did I miss your presentation?
He's giving one later.
That was with both of them.
No,
No,
he's
he-
separate.
He's next at 9:45.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, there we go.
All right, good morning, Commissioners. Amanda Webb, Planning Director. Just want to talk, because we always love to talk about Keats and all the wonderful things that are actually happening out there, or just about to actually happen out there. Let's see, groundbreaking next Thursday, August 13th, 6 p.m. We're doing that. Today, August 3rd, notice to proceed, that's the date. So really, Bayer can start anytime. They're likely going to start in roughly the next week or so. It's all kind of dependent on the weather and kind of what's going on out there. But within the next week, we're going to be seeing equipment and materials and things happening. Again, we'll have our groundbreaking and then they're going to get started. So I have the schedule that I've sent out to my email notification list. It's on our website. Always happy to talk about Keats. Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioner Rich Barber, Riley County Clerk. First, we have an election tomorrow. The election's currently going on. Advanced voting closes at noon today by state law. We have had, after the end of day Saturday, because we were open for half a day, 3,526 people had participated so far. I'm sure it is very busy next door. It always is the last couple days. Saturday was very busy, and I'm sure today is very busy with advanced voting. But everyone needs to know that advanced voting does close at noon. So if you want to participate in the election tomorrow, your polling place will be open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Look on the Riley County website. Great location to get an actual map and the address to your voting location. Also encourage everyone to pull up their sample ballot. There is a constitutional amendment on that ballot to vote on this year. It is rather lengthy, so I encourage people to be familiar with it and how they want to vote prior to going to the polls to help us run efficient polling places. There is advanced voting by mail. Those ballots will be accepted through the close of business on Friday, as long as they're postmarked appropriately on election day, but they must be postmarked on election day. That is the current status of that. Do have one thing I would like to point out. University Christian Church is one of our polling places. Scott had talked about all the road construction. The road construction does make it a little bit challenging driving southbound on Browning Avenue, because you cannot access the polling place from that direction. So you must turn on Claflin Avenue onto Browning to access the lower level entrance of University Christian Church polling place. The sign says no through traffic, but does allow you to reach the polling place entrance. So we will have additional signage. Vanessa is going to help us get the word out. And of course, we'll have information out there on our website as well, as part of the hazards of having a summer election and road construction. So we will be posting signage. Anyone have any questions? Okay, thank you. Next, we have Mr. Daryl Asher at 9:45.
Go ahead with that. Is that okay with you guys?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead? 2 minutes early.
Okay. Daryl Asher, Major, Riley County Police Department. Wanted to brief the board on the armed security changes that we're making at the district court. At the beginning of the year, one of the goals of my division was to look at the security measures that we had at the district court. Was there a way that we could provide really good security, as well as looking at the staffing? And one of the things that we've addressed is we've chose to arm 2 of our court screeners at this time. Those court screeners will do the same exact training as our police officers in firearms training, as well as use of force training. When law requires that when you restrict concealed carry, you have to have adequate security for the building, is how they define it. We have screening devices, x-ray machines that can check people coming in, as well as restricting it, as well as armed security already with our law enforcement officers. We feel that arming our court screeners will also provide better security, because if we are going to have a problem, it's going to be at that initial entrance and that. This will also allow us to take one of the officers that we have as a sworn officer and have them go back to patrol frontline duties. So providing as good as security, if not better, with having more armed security and allowing one of those officers whose primary function is to do law enforcement back to the patrol division. When implementing this, worked out the details with Mr. Roberson, as well as spoke with our HR and spoke with our liability insurance Lexington, who approved it as well. We changed our job description, as well as got with our training staff to provide the training to those arms court screeners. I'll stand for any questions that you guys may or may not have.
Commissioners, I may just add, Roberson did speak with me on this issue too, and so we had a good conversation. I checked on our end to make sure our insurance premiums wouldn't change as a result of this, and I can happily say no, they will not.
Well, they're gonna change, just not for this reason.
Fair point.
And the law board as well
Yeah,
did approve
saw
this
that.
measure as well.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Next, Commissioner, you have Michael Hawthorne at 9:55.
The full circle, just left it as it is. So they went full circle and just left it as it is.
Same process.
Pretty sure last time one of these came in front of me, I did the same thing.
Same spot.
Right. I never had my palm. It's like the muscles are separated in the middle of my palm. Some of them. Anyways, like I can't like grab anything. So probably not good. What the weights? Do pull-ups. Have you ever ran into this issue? I have. I'm just saying this is the. It just. Especially. Chest press. So it's like relatively. So I don't have to remove the hand. I don't think.
Yes. Better.
You know,
Yeah.
I've got a Halloween spirit. Halloween. Got some good stuff there. Apparently. How does Kate feel about that?
Kate finds it very green. I think it's.
Yeah. That's funny.
If it's come up with daycare yet?
Our daycare.
How was that this one?
You did not. Kate, not so.
No.
Yeah, same. So, wait, a few weeks, this should go for the. They hit the scenes that were in. Unpleasant. Yeah. We put it together, it was very chill. You're fine between strangers and no, more. I was just kind of. You did. I didn't. Oh, anyway, looking at this. Morning. Equally, pretty sure that's all. Sweet girl saying, pretty sure. Yeah.
That's not awesome.
$6,000. Yeah. This time.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How much are you paying?
Yeah.
Infant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
Never paid that. And actually, my last few weeks of daycare costs, so. Rolling in money.
You think that it doesn't work that way.
Like, it just
No.
answers that.
I do have good news. When it ends, it just gets costlier.
Yeah.
You always think, oh, they're out of diapers, out of formula. There's some more costs.
Much
Costs
worse.
keep going up.
Costs keep coming out.
Gets worse and worse.
So
Like they
about
say,
30.
little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems, little kids, little cost, big kids, big cost.
Thank you for that.
At least the girls are always cheaper than boys.
I don't know about that.
That was sarcasm. Trust me, I've had both.
Okay.
I was trying to give him a little hope. He's got two girls.
Remind me to show you guys this $30 baby doll my daughter picked out yesterday. Jacob's seen it.
It's fantastic.
Keep making the big bucks, Michael.
I think that's up to you guys. Not to put any pressure on. Good morning once again, Commissioners. Michael Hawthorne, Assistant County Counselor. Today to talk about the potential for putting the 0.2% countywide retailer sales tax on the ballot for this November. John Ellerman had actually brought this discussion before you back on July 23rd. The commissioners tabled it to give us an opportunity to research the legality of putting it on the ballot. We were worried we might run into some timing issues. Turns out it should be fine. I think Jacob talked to Rich, and as long as we get it on by September 1st, shouldn't be an issue. For some additional context, the last time the sales tax came before the board, it was on for the November 2021 ballot. You folks signed the resolution on August 5th, 2021. So there is still time to do it if the commission is so willing. I've spoken with Evan. I think John Ellerman had estimated generates about $2.5 million per year in revenue for sales and bridges. And again, that is a very limited, that's the only permissible purpose for that sales tax is road and bridges. It's used for maintenance, for construction. I think John had estimated that the $2.5 million equates to about 2.8 mils. I have prepared a resolution with a question to go to the voters if the board wants to. The current sales tax expires at the end of 2027. As John had discussed when he was here, we could try to get it on the ballot for this year, for this November. We could wait and do it next year. I don't know if there will be enough. I think as John put it, I don't know if there will be enough voters for that election. It might also delay the collection of the tax. Evan, correct me if I'm wrong. John had said that Public Works could survive without it in the short term, but I think there'd be some issues if it's delayed any more than that. So with that, commissioners, I stand for questions. If the commission wants to approve it, we would have to publish that resolution and then publish essentially the question we intend to ask 21 days, at least 21 days before the election.
I don't want to put it on this year's ballot.
Do we know if the city's putting theirs on this year?
They're certainly talking about it. I think they're going to do something. And they technically have two taxes in the mix to that.
Yeah.
We've got the park and rec tax and then
adding new one.
yeah, well, it's extending it,
Rolling
but
it,
putting
rolling
something else onto it. And I think that's what they're discussing. And having two sales tax, and we've discussed this already, so I'm just rehashing it, but putting two sales tax on there in the same year is not going to probably be beneficial to anybody. And
What about a special election? What's the cost on that? And what is, I mean, do you have to have a certain percentage of the population that votes to approve it, or?
The statute does make reference to a percentage of qualified electors. I don't know that off the top of my head.
I think when we did it in 21, that was a municipal and school board election that year too. Yeah. And so,
yeah,
and like I say, I think they've built up enough reserves that cover over that, but I agree. I think for nothing else, everybody's seen so many yes and no's for this one. How much of that is going to carry over to that? But
Tired.
Yeah.
People just say
yeah,
no.
there's probably some voter fatigue involved in that too. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but I didn't think about the fact that when you have multiple sales tax on there, entities seem to be kind of raising the bar still. There's just a lot of taxing fatigue in general, trying to sell 2 or 3 of them in one election cycles. And I, quite honestly, I'm not going to have time to help sell this year. And the entities that assisted us, I guess 5 years ago now, I don't know if they'll be on board this time or not themselves. So it's a lot of different variables that have shifted and changed in that amount of time. I do think it's something that we still need to.
Yeah, I don't want to continue.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want it
yeah,
to
yeah.
continue, but if we have to skip a year, I think better off next year, next November.
That's what I think too. Yeah.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we can work along with Public Works to develop what we're strategically doing with the current dollars.
Yeah.
I think that's a good selling point too, that quite frankly, we don't have at the moment. Yeah. We need to publicize that at some point.
Show everything, show what's been done.
Yeah,
show this-
or what the process is.
And what the future would be.
All right, well, I already drafted the resolution, so if you want to put it on next year, we have it ready.
Okay, sounds good.
So consensus of the board to wait and consider it for November of 2027.
Correct.
Be clear. Thank you.
And that's like brief thing we have a primary, but when was the last time we had a primary?
Yeah, we usually don't. Yeah.
There's not that many.
Or not.
Well, it'd have to be county-wide too,
Mhm.
because even if Manhattan had a primary, it would be outside the other area.
Sure. We have to pay all that cost.
Yeah, we will figure it out, but
Next commissioner, Amanda Webb at 10:15.
this is this one. I'd want. Sit around here,
Oh.
Oh.
Is that Keith's training kid? Right. So is that the truth?
What are you doing now?
Hey.
Don't have a problem.
Yeah. Let's go back. Microphone, so that's pick things up.
No, I'm not.
Your big snack.
Mhm.
Your big snack.
I did. I filled out the vending machine survey, so I did my part.
We actually had a lot of feedback.
That's good. That's what we're there for. Are you much of an Avenged Sevenfold man?
Hmm?
Did you hear their new stuff that they put out?
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah, that's about the same
It's-
reaction.
I heard it on Sirius XM. I'm kind of like, what? I guess they've been around long enough. They can try some new things. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's definitely different. Some parts are kind of catchy, but
There's a couple of other choruses are still got a little bit of heat to them, but
yes.
they changed recording or change record labels or something.
I don't know if they changed record labels, but I did hear that they have a lot more not metal folks. They have more like R&B and hip hop.
Are they from? They're not from the US. Are they from Canada?
No, they're from the US.
Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else on that one.
I think they are California.
Well, that could explain some things too. Yeah. Anybody been following the Chiefs training camp?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm.
A little bit of a scare, but we're good.
couple.
What, Mahomes?
No,
Now,
one of their kind of backup receivers, South punt return.
yeah, he should be I don't know. He's shaping up to be he's a rookie. Cyrus Allen is his name.
Might be kind of buried on the depth chart or maybe the practice squad, but kid's got some speed.
Depends if Rice can stay on in jail, then he'd be good.
That's a big question.
Yeah,
Unfortunately. So
Well,
more
when
so
is-
than we thought.
And when is Kelsey having their first baby?
Good question. I don't know.
gee, they just got married.
I know. When you look at him, you can tell. Oh,
really?
Yeah. Yeah, looks like he's kind of letting himself go.
Eating well?
I'd say that, yeah.
Eating well and not training well?
You gotta let the body rest a little bit.
I'd probably say the latter part of that, probably. Those guys have everything around them to eat well.
Like, I just got a picture of him at training camp. I think he looks just fine for a man that just got married.
There you go.
So you're not denying it does have an impact.
Yeah.
Older of a kick in there, wasn't there?
Well, Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl. That's my call.
I think they may be a playoff team, but
You know, I think they're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
I would
Oh,
agree.
you wanna,
I would
can we have
agree.
a little wager over here?
it just kind of depends on what Andy Reid does with the offense, but I don't know that Walker's that great of a fit.
As long as Walker is actually useful, then we're like leagues better than where we were last year.
You know, and he's not a great receiver out of the backfield, and that's kind of always been Andy Reid's ploy there.
Yeah.
Get it back is kind of all purpose. And
Mhm.
so we'll see. We'll see.
It is.
Offensive line still strong. Got probably enough in the receiving core to make some noise.
Yeah, I mean it's not any-
Defense, particularly the back half of the defense, took a pretty good hit in the offseason.
Yeah. Well, we got and the lane guy's supposed to be better than McDuffie.
Yeah.
So as long as that's true.
Well, he's picked off Mahomes twice in the preseason, so maybe there's
How do they say Mahomes is doing?
He
Okay.
seems to be going
Yeah.
very well. Oops, yeah.
He bounced a football over somebody's head.
twice in the same practice, but yeah. He's moving around. He seems mobile, so yeah.
If it hits them in the head, their hands can get there, so that's on them. That's on them.
So what was his surgery?
It was ACL.
ACL.
I want to say he had something else too, but somebody else.
My daughter's dog just had an ACL.
Cool.
That happens
A
too.
German Shepherd. German Shepherd.
Yeah.
I guess he's doing good, but he has to be in the crate for months.
Probably because he probably can't move around.
Probably recovered,
Oof.
especially for a dog that she used. Quite long and run off.
It's a little too crazy. Happens.
Probably worse than having a newer place.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't have that yet. ACL, had 2 weeks, but no ACL.
That's good. Well, hopefully.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got those surgeries and procedures down to a T. ACLs, MCLs, unless you just completely obliterate it, and then
Yeah.
that's a little tougher, but.
Well, on those, kind of like shoulders, it's 50% surgery, 50% physical therapy, in my opinion, if you follow that right.
Mhm. All of it.
Typically, your typical athlete, those kind of trained, so they tend to do that better than one of us regular people.
Well, they have millions of reasons to focus on it.
Yes,
Could have been.
I think in terms of Mahomes, and that like 450 million.
Yeah. Something like that. It's way up.
Call that incentive.
What do you do with that much money?
That's when I had one of my.
Open a steakhouse. apparently.
A couple of them.
Open a what?
Steakhouse.
Oh, really?
You get to buy shares in another sports team, soccer, baseball. I think he's a minority partner with the Royals.
I think so.
Same shape as that guy. Okay.
Thanks, Doc.
Well, against being an NFL owner where you're still a player, but
They don't know, okay.
Yeah.
although Brady's towed that line pretty close.
He sure did. But I think that's also keeping them from not jumping back in there, which is probably good for him.
I can't see that happening at this point.
I could see him wanting to. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers is still out there, he's like, you know what?
Did you see Aaron Rodgers play last year?
That's all.
And it's just because Pittsburgh's okay with being 9-8 or 8-9 every year now.
Nothing but true.
They go recruit the bus back.
Right?
The guy was a beast.
He was. Got a couple other guys around him, so he didn't have to be the workhorse, 3 down back type of thing. They're good things out of their, assuming it's going to be their backup, Ernest Johnson.
Oh, I haven't heard it.
So he's had a pretty good camp.
How's Amanda?
I'm still legitimately getting back into the
For Monday?
media because
On election day?
last year was brutal. Chiefs fan being in the media. So I'm just slowly working my way
Yeah,
back
we got a
in.
17, 18-hour day tomorrow, for sure. Be here around 5. maybe?
Set my alarm for 3:30. Okay.
What?
Election day tomorrow.
Oh, dang.
Got about a 17 or 18-hour day tomorrow. Bunch of people do.
Good luck, folks.
Oh,
My questions.
That's right. We're gonna do it. Just don't look at
I
anything.
have faith
before
in
we
you.
talk. There's so much conflicting information.
I would like to know a lot more about them for sure, but.
Yeah.
I have so much time.
All right, good morning again, Commissioners. Amanda Webb, Planning Director, here for our data center work session. We originally talked about doing both data centers and the battery energy storage systems today. I decided let's just do one at a time. The BESS, as it's lovingly termed, the battery energy storage systems, are getting a little overshadowed by the data centers. Data centers, as you all know, are getting a lot more attention. But we will have a separate BESS work session in theory on Thursday. So we're gonna separate those for now. And then another thing to kind of preface this discussion, I sent you all my notes from the data center planning summit that was in middle of July in I want to say Tacoma. I'm just bumbling my words right now. I apologize. It was actually Topeka. I did not go back to Washington for this.
Oh,
Um,
Tacoma.
yeah, it's pretty close, right? So you know, those are just my notes. Those are a summary of the notes I took. There's so much of it. I decided, let me just send those in that information to you folks separately. You can digest that. We can talk about that however you want to do it. I was originally going to put them in here. It's just so much information and it's just confusing. So most of what I have in the car though is pretty much based on those notes. So they're really not separate. That's just a little more detail. And again, my notes. So just so you kind of know where I'm coming from. I did put the data center planning summit agenda in there. I chose to do that because I just thought it was useful for you folks to see the kind of discussions that were held during that workshop and the folks who were at the table. Now it was more about how to serve large loads. So of course it was based a little bit heavier on the utilities, Evergy, water, fiber internet, all of that. But there was still a lot of really helpful information, and I'm really glad I was able to attend that. We heard from folks across the state and actually outside of the state as well who have gone through the process or are currently going through the process. So they were able to kind of shed some light on here's what you should be thinking about, or here's how to approach the public, the community when you're having the conversations. And if we do get down to the time when we're going to do regulations, just kind of how to communicate with folks, keeping them in the loop, being very transparent, making sure people are aware, making sure we're getting as much factual information out there, which, as we talked about, that is one of the most difficult things with this topic. It's very difficult to find just middle of the line facts. Here's what it is, and here's what to think about. I'm finding very biased sources. These are the best things ever, or these are the most horrible things ever. So it's really hard to find that in the middle, which of course is really what I'm after, because opinions, that's just what they are right now. So again, I'm just kind of throwing a lot of information at you folks because I know we're still kind of trying to figure it out. We're still trying to learn and educate ourselves about what they are and kind of what we might want to do with them. I did also put a few examples from some of our Kansas communities, what Finney County is up to. They did a special use permit and added process for data centers. I included that information in there. Draft regulations that Pottawatomie County is working on right now that they're going to have their public hearing this month before their planning board. So they're not finalized and they are out publicly. So I just wanted you folks to be aware of what they're doing. Because of course they have a proposal knocking on their door. So they're trying to figure all of that out. And then I also included Lynn County, Iowa, which is one of the references Mr. Alba had given to us. So I put that in your packet as well. Again, just kind of funneling information to you folks, just helping us learn. And really just wanted to have this conversation to see if you guys are having any initial thoughts about how you'd want to maybe consider proceeding with these. If they're, if you're thinking, nope, we don't want to do a hyperscale, probably a little limited with it.
Yeah, I don't see how that could happen here. I just don't think,
Yeah.
unless they come in and they're buying all the infrastructure and
Right.
doing everything segregate, I guess you could look at it from that
Yeah.
framework, but I still don't see how we can even do one.
Yeah.
With the idea that all those things and components that they need could be taken care of in that scale and that geographic area that they would
Yeah.
choose. I'm just having a hard time with that. There's other people that say it's possible and maybe on a small end, maybe it is, but I just can't see one of those huge buildings. I don't know that that's a fit.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, you hit it. The reality is if a hyperscale company wanted to come here, they could come here and they could purchase and put in all of the infrastructure. They could. But the reality is they're probably going to want to go towards areas that already have a lot of the infrastructure. They're probably still going to have to do some updates and expansions to things. But they're going to want to go where there's already at least some sort of electrical infrastructure, some sort of water infrastructure. there's a reason why they're looking at the Jeffries Energy
Right.
area, because a lot of that's already established. They will have to do some upgrades to that, but a lot of the basics is already there.
Has anybody reached out to the city or the county?
Not at this point.
Yeah, that's
No,
fine.
no, but we have been very, forward about that. We have our moratorium
Yeah.
right now. So nobody, I will say, let me clarify that. Nobody's reached out to the planning department.
Okay.
So if people
I
have,
haven't
if
heard
people have
anything either.
reached out to, again, of course, you folks. would have
And I
heard.
also think people also misconstrue what a moratorium
Yes.
technically is. It doesn't necessarily mean a no, it just means
Not
we need to
yet.
put the brakes on it for a while until we figure some things out.
Right, exactly.
It may take us a little longer than November, maybe to even do that. I don't know, but
Sure.
This particular technology is changing so quickly and so rapidly. It is just very hard to keep updated on.
Yeah, absolutely. Even at the summit, they were saying, even over the last 6 to 12 months, things have changed drastically. And so, yeah, they're just going to continue to change.
I do think the thing we need to recognize and the public needs to recognize is they're not going anywhere.
Right.
They're not going to disappear. Our need to have and share and use information, that's on a basic level or going all the way up through AI, that isn't going away. That need isn't going to go away. So these aren't going to go away. So, as companies that are doing these, as groups that are doing these are reaching out, they're going to try to put themselves in the best possible space they can. So,
Yeah. And that is one of the several common themes I heard from the summit. Developers are, for lack of better phrasing, more willing to work with jurisdictions now. I mean, everybody, as you said, everybody knows they're coming. We have to do something. We have to decide what we want to do, but developers are more willing to give more, if you will. I mean, so many examples we heard, of course, they're paying their own way for their infrastructure, whether it's expansion or new, but then they're also doing additional things for the schools in the community, or, youth groups or things like that. They've helped expand other things. And that was one of the themes Evergy talked about a lot. They wanted to make sure these large load customers aren't impacting you and I. They're not going to impact your normal customers. They're paying more. Actually, they're paying a higher percentage, higher rate, because of all the demand, and they're paying for all of their any expansions that need to be done, any new infrastructure. And then again, it's all a matter of how the jurisdiction would want to put it together, but we could ask for more.
I think we need to look at our own variables here too. I mean, what in our land development and land use to potentially allow or not allow for something, and do we want to change that to fit one or the other one? Still a discussion to be had.
Yeah.
How did we deal with payments? We're such a heavily tax abated jurisdiction that,
Yeah.
quite honestly, I don't know if that's going to be a fit for us or not on these. And there are some that have expectations. For some that do payments in lieu of those taxes that balance back out.
Yeah.
That can certainly be a discussion, or a fee-based structure that overcomes that. But that's, how do we deal with that financially? How do we deal with that contractually?
Yeah.
From start to finish. There's got to be, if there's an end game, we got to have that planned out in advance too. Because that's a very possibility at some point in time. What do you do with all of it? If it folds up and goes someplace else, or God forbid it turns to some cloud-based storage or surfing, I don't know. And so,
Yeah,
The
that would-
cloud is in, those are the clouds.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
well,
Clouds
for
are
now.
not there.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, different kind of cloud, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's what these are all about. They're your cloud computing, they're your AI, those sorts of things. So yeah, and because we are all using our phones and computers and data so much more, they need more space.
And I think, and like I said, it's changed so much, like I say, because of what the infrastructure we have here, I don't see one of those hyper ones. But maybe they're gonna revise and do some smaller one, but like I say, we just have to have the planning, or not, the steps in place to review them if they come in, because I'm sure their technology is changing like everything else.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of horror stories, but I think they initially went out and nobody knew what they were doing, and they did all this, and now people are going, oh, wait a minute, you need to have some controls in place, which they didn't realize at first, but now that we do, I think, like I said, they're coming, but you just have to
plan for them so that they don't. Like I say, I think some of the, well, they've been around for a long time, but I mean, they've got them in Kansas City,
Yeah.
smaller scale inside buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
But
That's what happened to
the
Sarah.
first time they went out, they said, oh, we're gonna build one here. Oh, okay,
Yeah. Was
now
that-
they're going,
was the
well,
big
wait a minute,
Yeah.
let's see what, and that's just what we have. Like I say, I don't, with what we have for electrical tie-ins right now, I don't see them.
Yeah.
But there may be other ones and maybe some
Smaller,
have their
yeah.
own energy plant somehow or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's changing so much, we just are, whatever regulations we put in place have to be kind of general, that just say,
Yeah.
we review each one as it comes, because
Yeah.
there's so many different options.
It's very, a
Available.
lot of variables. Yeah. A lot, no one data center is the same as another. So, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
so
the
we just
other
have to kind of
thing-
Put our parameters in there.
Mention is that the energy or electrical infrastructure in particular is in the midst of getting upgraded and
Mhm.
rebuilt.
Yeah.
And I don't think, if I remember correctly, Evergy's plan for that regionally to redo that loop is somewhere in the neighborhood of 2028 to 2030. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be a handful of years before that's
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more feasible. And then the water's a whole different subject, but I
Right. You
have
have
a
water.
feeling that
you
by
have
the time we get
internet.
to that, water may be obsolete in this process anyway, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. And I will say, from the water discussion, DWR was there, the Department of Water Resources was there. Same kind of thing. They have, water rights, they have various permitting and procedures in place that, excuse me, they're not going to impact you and me. Like if they're gonna have a large water user, they want to make sure that it's not gonna impact, the general people who are using the water system currently.
And we're kind of,
So,
Like I said, I don't think people didn't have those guardrails in place the first few that came
Right.
down. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, go build that.
we're all learning as we're going.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
now everybody's going, oh, wait a minute, let's
Yeah.
look at these a little closer before we
Yeah.
start.
Just do,
doing this.
yeah.
'Cause-
We-
And like I
yeah.
say, they've been, my understanding, they've improved their processes a great deal.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Yeah.
like everything else in technology, it changes tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
so does the price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe one of the maybe beneficial things for us is to look at some of these bullet points here, like common types and components and characteristics, and see how they kind of land or see how they kind of fit with our land development and what that's going to entail.
Yeah.
And maybe start from that as kind of a foundational approach there to. I don't want to make large scale changes to ours to fit them.
Right, yeah.
So if there's areas where we could change the wording or change it just a little bit to provide it, that's one thing, but we've come a long ways on that. And I don't want to do something apples and oranges there.
Yeah. I think it's all gonna depend on how you folks want to approach them to know kind of what to put in there. And something we've talked about before and when we were kind of, going down that path now is thinking about the distinctions, it's not only hyperscale facilities. If we say, that's not really, hyperscale facilities aren't really appropriate for Riley County, obviously perfectly fine. But we do want to make sure we clearly define what we consider a data center for the purpose of the regulations. We don't want to inadvertently, the hospital has a server room. And I don't think any of us want to limit to.
We have 3
The server
rooms.
rooms. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That was just an example. But yeah, we don't want to inadvertently, now the hospital or now Riley County or now whoever, the school district needs to meet all these regulations. Well, really, it's just a server room in their building that doesn't impact any, you know what I'm saying? So we just need to make sure, again, however we want to go down the path, that we're just really very clear about what proposals, what uses are, whatever regulations we craft will apply to. So we don't inadvertently burden a local business or whatnot, so. And so at the end, of my car, I just kind of put some questions for you folks to think about. I don't know if you have any initial thoughts now. Again, I'm not asking to make any decisions on anything at this point, but at this point, I'm just funneling information to you. I don't know if there's anything specific you want to talk about. Do you want me to bring anybody here to talk to you again? Any of the utilities or any of our neighbors who are dealing with this, what information do you folks still want to have so we can continue the conversation and again, eventually, decide how we want to proceed with these.
You got a lot, you found out a lot of good stuff so far. There's a lot of, and I've tried chasing, like I say, you can find about anything you want.
Oh, yeah.
Finding correct
Yeah.
information is it.
Yeah,
I've come to the conclusion that 2/3 of it is just, it's not
Yeah.
even.
it's just
misinformation.
filter.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's why I probably said it every time that I've come before you folks. I try really hard to find that middle of the line information. Because I don't want to give you stuff that's biased. It's not going to be any use to any of us. So
I think it would probably behoove us to start kind of using our own tools, seeing how things match up or don't match up and kind of go from there. And if we need further expertise, then maybe we discuss that. If not, maybe it's something we can just work through on our own.
So you want to kind of review our land development regulations to see maybe how something can fit in or something
Yeah,
can.
see what we need to do to any of our regulations to. Like I say, I don't know, do we just say, but you can't define a data center, just say, oh, data centers, this is their rules. Well, they're changing them all the time. so
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to pick a parameter. We're gonna have to say if you're over X megawatts, if you're over X size, if you're
Yeah.
over,
Yeah,
that kind of thing. And we could pick any of them and it's gonna be slightly arbitrary, I'll just be honest. But we're gonna just have to pick something, I think, in order to be, here's what Riley County defines as a data center that these regulations apply to. So we're not saying that other things aren't data centers, but we just want to be really clear about what our regulations are going to apply to. So then again, if a developer comes in or when we as in the planning department is trying to administer them, oh, this proposal, yep, that meets our definition. And so it needs to meet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I know that's the tough part too, because you can have a small data center that uses a lot of megawatts. You can have a big one that uses little. So we just have to pick kind of what our piece is.
I
in
think it
terms-
probably comes down to the strain on appropriate services, what that looks like, and what is their investment in the community as a whole.
and maybe they discuss, like say some of the problems they bring up is noise. Is that just during the construction or is it
It's ongoing, so noise, a lot of,
humming, electrical
Yeah.
hum coming out of them or something? I
and
don't.
that's generally the generators, because these things operate 24/7, 365. So those generators are operating pretty regularly. So yes, what we hear, the community hears a lot about is the hum. And so some of the things talked about at the summit was how the buildings are constructed. You put the generators, maybe you have an O-shaped building, for lack of a better term, and you put the generators in the middle, so you use the building to kind of buffer it, that kind of thing. So those are things we can, consider as we're, going down this path. The layout of the site, buffering the noise, buffering the lights, all of that sort of stuff from as much as possible, sort of thing.
It also depends on where those end up landing. I mean, if you're 2 miles outside of a residential
Sure.
area, I mean, yeah, you're gonna deal with those, but if you're putting those in an area where you can fit the water and electrical and infrastructural needs, but not run it up against any type of commercial or small business or residential,
Right. Yeah. And that's
the part here geographically that
yeah.
I struggle with.
Is a little
Yeah.
self-limiting, yeah. And that's the thing we do with a lot of our current uses in our LDR. If you abut a residential zone, you need to add extra screening, and that's for any use, it's not
Yeah,
just
gotcha.
this, so we can do things like that. If you're within 1,000 feet of X, sort of thing. But those are things we can do. Those are things we can write into our regulations. About the water, one of the big ones that we're being encouraged on is require closed loop, water technology. So it's just that, you get your water and then you're just kind of cycling it through. It's not in and out. But one thing they told us in terms of cooling, everything. So not just water use, but think about where the heat of the building is going. Think about where the heat of the generators and all of that are going and how that part gets cooled. So you might have closed loop water technology. Look at me talking like I know what I'm saying.
Doing better than we are.
Yeah, but enough yard.
Yeah.
This is all true. No. But so there's that piece of it, but then again, thinking about the heat and cooling, so they can still use a lot of water. So there's just so many pieces that we have to think about. And again, we can write all of that in our regulations to, use closed loop systems, use, and again, really to your point, as little impact on our utilities and resources as possible. So there's just a lot of things we can do if we want to, so.
Okay.
So I guess from this point, how would you like to proceed? Do you want, there's always training. So every training I'm able to go to or workshop or whatever on data centers, I'm going to. There's another one that the Ohio APA chapter is putting on next week. So I'll take that webinar. Do you want, again, other speakers before you? Do you want other consultants? Do you want neighboring jurisdictions? Do you want Shannon to come talk to you? She has definitely become an expert in all of this. Utilities, I can find somebody.
That might not be a bad idea at some point. Yeah,
From Evergy or DWR to come chat with us.
probably both.
Because I know those are some of the biggest
Mhm.
questions, especially from the community,
Yeah.
which is understandable.
Yeah, one legal point on that is how much eminent domain would be necessary from the Evergy or utility company to
Yeah.
connect.
Yeah.
They might have to start condemning property.
Yeah, and that is something that Evergy talked about at the summit. Obviously, as all of us, they like to keep it minimal. They say about 10 to 15% of the time they have to use some form of eminent domain to get that service. So,
Yeah, so
so yeah, no, absolutely. Things to consider, things to think about. So, yeah. So anything else that we haven't talked about that you want to talk about, or any information I haven't brought? Hey, what about this? Or let's dive deeper into this piece of it. I can definitely see if we can get I can get some utility folks here. I can bring Shanna in if you'd like. Again, she's definitely become pretty well versed in all of this. It's really kind of up to you folks how you want to proceed.
Well, and I would like someone to talk about noise.
Okay.
And, decibels on different sizes and how that is gonna affect not only surrounding areas, but like wildlife and birds and all those, cattle and all those kinds of things.
Yep.
So the noise things.
Absolutely. I believe they had a noise expert at the one that they did in Pot County, I believe in June. So I can reach out to Shannon and see if I can maybe get that person. I believe it was a noise person. So yeah, for sure. We can get all that. Just keep talking about it. And,
Well, the other, like I said, noise, but also one of them, that says lighting, are they lit up like
like a Christmas tree?
Well, Jeffries is.
Yeah. So lighting, of course, what they were saying is lighting is big for obviously security.
Yeah.
Both, people, in the parking lots and in the facility, but also, these are secure buildings that they want to protect. So, yeah, so lighting is definitely a consideration to make as well. So
You have set up, they have lighting needs to be set up at the building,
shielded
not on
so
the
it's
building.
down. Yeah.
Not on everything else.
Yeah. And that's also a standard, thing that we put in, zoning codes for various uses, especially when you abut, let's say a residential zone or something, you need to have shielded. It needs to be, not bleed over onto neighboring properties, things like that. So we can definitely include that kind of stuff too. So. Anything else?
Appreciate all your work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a lot.
The things we never know we're gonna
Obviously.
get to know. So I'll just keep, again, I'll, keep presenting to you folks and funneling information. I'll get some folks to, more experts to come speak to us and, just try to hit all the topics and get you as much info as possible. And then I'll bring the LDR and we can kind of start seeing in there, what our current regs are and how we can maybe fit something or where it should go or that kind of thing. So we'll just keep talking.
In terms of developing an all-out policy, I mean, that's one piece of it, obviously, but gonna be some legal, potential statutory requirements. And probably need to start working on that too.
Yeah, I think one aspect of this too, we probably ought to keep an eye on is what the legislature does.
Yeah.
Because they could throw a wrench into this whole thing. Because they're gonna, obviously that controls.
Yeah, that SB 98's been as
Yes.
part of the election discussion here over the last month and a half. Surprised I didn't see any ads about it.
Yeah, and that as you saw in your packet, I included a summary of the Senate Bill 98. I
Right.
didn't include the whole thing. It's like 50 pages.
Yeah.
So, just went ahead.
We
and-
basically
this
all
whole
know
thing
what
that-
it means at this point in
Exactly,
time.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
for, so it's,
Yeah, which of course is why we're being looked at so much
Right.
closer now, so.
I just gotta think that most of those companies are looking at the urban area, so Wichita, Topeka, Kansas City, maybe Lawrence and some of the other places where maybe there's the right facilities to match up with something like Pot County at this point in time, but
Yeah,
I'm really having a hard time seeing it here. I don't know all there is to know either, so I don't wanna claim anything there, but
okay, well, we'll keep talking about it, we'll keep learning and figure out what we want to do.
okay, fair enough.
Thank you.
Next, Commissioner Brittany Phillips, 10:45.
Good.
What's that?
I didn't know she went to the bathroom. Ready? Okay.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brittany Phillips, Budget and Finance Officer, here to present another budget work session. You can see in the memo, everything that was updated from Thursday's meeting. So of course, the Commission approved a 2.8% COLA. So those are now worked into every department's personnel budget. The new position of administrative assistant was approved to be effective July 1, 2027. That's been added into the administration budget. And then of course, the county clerk pay was reclassified as well. So that changed the county clerk personnel as well. So overall, that's generally about all the changes. I just put more information in here because Commissioner McKinley, you mentioned on Thursday during the meeting that you wanted to get us back up to where we had approved the proposed rate. So I put in the difference here just for educational purposes. And if you guys were to go that route. So here is this. And then of course, we also will need to talk about the 2 opioid positions that you have requests for this year as well. So I don't know which one you would like to start with first, but we can jump into opioid if you want, or if you want to talk about budgets.
Yeah, it's fine.
One or fun.
Okay, let's start with opioid. That's not taxes. So, similar to last year, I wanted to give you a breakdown of what that would look like if you were to fund the entire request, if you funded full and 50 or 50-50, however you chose to do that. I believe last year you might have done 75% of each request.
I think that's good.
Yeah, so you did 75% for each last year. I don't have those calculated because I just didn't think that would necessarily be something on the table this year, but we could always bring that back if you wanted to know that information. So you have the request from the health department, which is $59,200. That would go towards funding a portion of Shanika's salary for her to do the opioid education, and then any supplies that she would need to distribute, anything like that. So naloxone, if she had like pamphlets or did anything like that, she could get that as well. Community corrections is for Andrew Helland. Okay. And so that is for one of our full-time positions there and doing administering drug court. So these are the requests. And then I put in here too the opioid funds estimated revenue that we get from the state. You guys had asked about this on Thursday. So it really varies. It's hard to see. I'm sorry. I tried to get it on one page. I think I made it worse, but you can see it really starts to taper off more in like 2033. And then it's gracious.
But is that from the new, because it, like I say, it goes up in 28 from 27. Is that the?
That's with the Kroger settlement.
I thought there was a new settlement.
Yep. So that's why you see that jump back up and then it starts going back down. So any thoughts on either opioid position?
Well, where are they in the budget now? If we change these, how much does that
Good question.
change the budget?
So both of them are included as like the opioid request. So health department, we've already included that. If you were to reduce it, that would increase the health department transfer because you'd have to cover it with ad valorem taxes. Community corrections, we have it solely covered right now with opioid funds. So if you were to change that, we would have to go back and look at that budget. Manhattan did approve 30,000. So that's why you can see here, the original request was actually 182,000, but they were able to get 30,000 from the city of Manhattan. So if we had to adjust community corrections, we would do similar like we did last year. We'd go negotiate some of those contracts and see if we can get any other grant funding there.
Well, I guess that I have a question, you know, if it's handled in 2 departments, could it not be handled all of it in 1 department as opposed to 2? you've got the health department doing probably similar things that the corrections is doing. So
Mm,
I don't know for sure. how-
Recovery court, it deals with a different aspect than what
Yeah.
we're dealing with education. This is for recovery court. They're technically use is allowed under the opioid settlement, but they're technically do different functioning things.
Yeah, they're different.
It's a good point, though. There was overlap. We should definitely
Yeah,
discuss
so
that. That's not here.
Although, as that decreases, we decrease our budget, right?
For opioid, yes. Mm-hmm.
Cause that's a settlement. so,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking 50% on each, but guess I didn't think about how that would impact the overall budget of both those departments too, so.
I know if we did 50% for like health department, just as an example, that would cover the salary portion, but it wouldn't cover any of the supplies.
And then we'd have to take a closer look at what we're getting for that then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Community corrections is probably about in the same boat. It would mostly, do you want to come up?
Good morning, Commissioners. This past year, you might recall that we applied for the specialty court funds through the state, and so we were able to get those. There will be another grant application opportunity this fall, similar, which would cover, this amount actually includes not just Andrew, but it's also our defense contract for the defense attorney that takes care of recovery court. So we were able to get some of that covered last year with that specialty court grant as well. So we'll continue to seek those opportunities. No matter what you decide today, we're gonna keep working on that.
I want to supply something here, but fully realizing that we're gonna run out of funds really quick and then you're not gonna have anything.
Absolutely. I
So
100%
that's why I'm
understand.
trying to stretch it out.
Yes, yes. Do you have any other questions for me about that?
No.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Megan.
On one hand, you think, oh, we can use that, but we've had carryover, we need carryover again next, although it does bump up a little bit next year.
Mm-hmm.
But again, so if we did the 50-50, then do we have to add something back into our other budget?
You could for it, since it covers like Shanika's salary, like that 50% for that one, you wouldn't necessarily have to add, but you would have to get supplies from somewhere. So if she has to purchase naloxone, then you have to do that somewhere somehow.
Well, and for corrections, then do they not have drug or do they limit it? What happens if you don't get the full amount? Sorry, should ask these while you were up there, I'm sorry.
So it funds a position. So what we would have to do is address that position. We do not receive funds from KDOC to fund that specific position for recovery court. So, yeah,
You said that also covers the defense.
the defense contract,
Yes, we have to cover that too.
we would have to figure that is covered as well. Yes, or recovery court goes away. Those are the things we have to think about.
David, you wanted to?
Hi, Commissioners. So if you cover just, 50%, we'll have to make an adjustment to our budget to cover the supplies because we don't have those in our budget for that. So that would be we'd have to go back and make that adjustment. And also we'll continue to look for grant opportunities. So, Shanika is always very much involved in this. And if there are grant opportunities, we're going to take them, but we don't have it in our budget to cover their supplies.
I really don't want to use it all up this year because that throws a bigger problem on next year's, which that relates to the other budget matter here too.
Yeah.
Don't want to make it easier this year, make it worse next year.
Yeah.
The reality is, in order to fund these two particular items, if they've come up each of the last couple of years, we are gonna have to find some outside sources to continue, or we may not be able to continue. That's the reality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what the amount would be if it's at 75%? I can calculate that really quick if you want me to.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if you funded both at 75%, that would leave $14,072
In the fund.
in the fund for your carryover balance. $14,072. Yes. Again, the revenues estimates, so.
Yeah,
That's-
but it had shifted drastically one
Yeah.
way or the other, so I mean, you're within a reasonable
Mhm.
guess there.
Yeah, and what we've received this year so far is only about $9,000, so that's.
Half a year, so yeah.
Like the 75 kept it too close.
That's what I think.
I look at one of the two bottom ones, but I hate to do one full and one half. I mean, that's.
You said it covers the salaries, it's other things need to be purchased outside of that. Don't know if there's some tweaks or something involved in that budget that can offset that one. I'm still thinking 50%.
You know, it's what I was.
It may give us one
Right,
extra
thinking-
year for those departments to come up with some innovative ideas to keep those programs going.
Next right, they look at something else, but the more I look at it, the 50-50 goes.
50-50, yeah.
It seems to.
So would we be able to, if they go with the 50%, will we be able to use some health department reserves to cover this for this year?
Yeah, I wonder, just be mindful if we keep cutting into the reserves, because we're doing that with other things, so.
Well, this is not that short term.
Mhm.
Like this is in the lines.
No,
Mhm.
no.
Yeah, that's fine.
But-
Mhm.
okay.
Yep, you could. Mhm.
So then if we did that, they might have funding for 75%.
So is your proposal to approve 50% for health department and 75% for community corrections?
Elizabeth.
You need, yeah. Thank you.
That's what we were, Elizabeth Ward, Human Resources Director, so, and helping in the health department. We were just discussing that the health department does have some reserve funds. This is a short-term position, a short-term program. Potentially, you could pull 50% of this health department fund from the health department reserve, not the general fund, and pay for that so that community corrections could get 75%. And then we should be able to make some adjustments to continue the education, drug education program. And then look at it again, as we've discussed. You guys have asked us to look for other funding other funding sources, other grants, other things that we can do for drug education. So that would be our a possible assistance.
Just under 32 or something.
It'd be 28,872 if you did that proposal.
That's a little better. Yeah, we're gonna quickly come to the end of it. That's pretty obvious. So. We're gonna make it work for this year, then said we need to get creative on these if we're gonna if they're gonna
Going
continue.
forward, we're gonna have to really
Mhm.
have to figure out something. Like I
Yeah.
said, maybe they, like I said, if they aren't funding them. Might be a way, but.
Yeah. I think on the drug education side, we've got enough other committees and groups that could potentially help in that goal for the entire community, but still need to be discussed.
There seems to be a lot of people working on it.
So,
Let's see, the 50, 75.
okay,
Anybody-
Yeah,
we need to make a motion or just do that by consensus.
Probably motion would be best and clarify 50 and 75% for who.
percent to the health.
And 70.
Seven.
What's that total amount at 75 for community corrections, Brittany?
114,431.
Okay.
And what is the health department at 50?
29,600.
Okay.
I'd make the motion that we approve the opioid funding for 50% of health department requests and 75% of corrections requests.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the opioid request for the health department, 50% and 75% for community corrections. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. Back to regular budget stuff. Can I stand for any questions?
Yeah, keep saying if the commission approves the $10 fee, has that been added in or not added in?
It's added in.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Wanted to be
We
clear
did.
on that. I thought we did.
yeah, we have to bring a resolution back, right, Shiloh? Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just need to know that the dollar amount's there for now. We can deal with the logistics
Yeah.
later.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. What was the second thing? So there were two things.
Yeah, you did say there were 2
I
things.
guess we had all, everything pretty much.
Oh, the CIP transfer.
Oh, the CIP.
Yeah.
That's the big one.
Yeah. So you guys originally approved a transfer of $5,150,000. So if you were to decide today to go back to the 38.012, the proposed rate that you guys signed off on the intent to exceed R&R, we would adjust our transfer to $4,435,032.
I think that's what we should do. If you're gonna take it off now, it's just pushing it off the next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta be, so something's gotta be made up somewhere. Might as well bite the bullet this year. If we reduce mill levy this year, then it's gonna be even a bigger one next year to cover it.
So you're saying you just leave it alone?
Leaves us,
Leave
take
the
the 700 and roundly 715,000 off of capital improvement transfer and keep the mill levy at 3812.
Okay.
Okay.
No. We're gonna try to make the most of it as we can. We're gonna have some deeper cuts to make. I recognize that, but we do need to start from somewhere. I'd rather keep it as is.
No motion.
Which way are you going?
Well,
Make
you're
this
saying
agenda.
as is, you're saying as is, so what's?
Well, no, it's different. No,
No.
if he wants to
I'm
lower
keeping
it,
I'm keeping the 5.1. He wants to reduce it back down to 4.4 and change.
it's right now it's 3812. He wants to reduce it to 37.2.
0.2.
Yeah.
10, yeah.
I would like to keep it at 38, well.
Can I have a motion?
Well, I'd make a motion to reduce the transfer from CIP to 4,400,000 something. keep the amount, reduce the amount needed to keep the mill levy at 38.012.
Okay, I'd second that. It's been moved and seconded to, to match letter of intent reflecting 38.202 million.
38.012.
Yeah,
Just want to
okay.
clarify.
Yeah. No. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Aye.
Anything else on the budget that you guys have questions on? At this point, the next steps are I put it all into the state budget workbook, and then I send it to the auditor for review. And then next week we get it published or get it sent off to the Mercury for our public hearing on September 10th.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So do you need the other budget work session on Thursday then?
No, I'm gonna tell Cindy to remove it
Okay.
and the one for Monday. We're done for a
So
little
we're
bit.
done with the work session.
You're
for
done.
now.
You're done for now.
I think that's a statute.
You're gonna miss that.
That's the
Let's
last
see,
item,
is there
right?
anything
Yep.
else?
I don't have anything else. I'm good. Okay, I'll go ahead and make a motion then to adjourn the August 3rd meeting of the Riley County Commission.
Second.
We moved and seconded to adjourn the August 3rd meeting of the Riley County Commissioners. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Everyone have a good week.